This is an example of HugginFace Transformers where it's using a model which has a number of tools registered with the model, and it's deciding which tool to use based on the prompt sent to it. So in this example, it's going to try, you're asking the agent to generate you an image. Well, obviously large language models can't generate images, but this one has an image generator tool accessible to it. So it writes its own code and says, image equals image generator with a prompt of a dragon. And if you run it, multiple times, you'll get different dragons, etc. So it is dynamically generating the dragon image. And then you can say, agent, can you caption this dragon image for me? So you run the model, and it comes back and it says, well, I'm going to use this following tool, image captioner, to generate a caption for the image. And the caption it came back with was a dragon head, which is pretty accurate. And then you say, I would like you to do a multi-step process. I want you to create a dragon image and then read out loud the caption that you created for the image. So it's actually going to do three things. It's going to generate the image, which you won't see. It's going to actually caption that image, and then it's going to produce an audio file of the caption. So the caption it had is a dragon with a yellow and red tail.
A dragon with a yellow and red tail.
And it generated the audio for that. The next example is you ask the agent to go read out loud a summary of a TechCrunch article. So it's going to obviously have to have web access to go retrieve the article, summarize the article, and then convert text to speech for the article in order to play it back as audio. So it got a summary, it did everything it's going to do there.
Google launches PaLM. Its next-gen large language model. TechCrunch, TechCrunch Plus, Bold TechCrunch, Open Navigation, TechCrunch, Google launches PaLM.
Maybe not the best example. Let's do it again. Looks like it's got some weird parsing in there. Let's have it retrieve it and summarize it once more. And also not as good this time.
Google launches PaLM.
Anyway, you get the idea. The next thing you can do is have it create a kind of an agent conversation where it remembers what's happening. So in this example, you're going to have it start a chat where you're going to generate an image of a Wall Street bull. So there it generated a image of a bull. It'll generate a different one every time you run it. Now you're going to transform the image, so it has to remember what the image was, but it's going to transform the image so that it's raining. So it decides to use the image transformer tool. You're going to prompt with it's raining, and it's going to generate an image of a bull in the rain. So as it does these various tools and things, it downloads code because it's generating code for it to go process. So it's downloading additional things for it to do the transformation. So it looks like it's generating in the rain. Maybe not the best one. Let's try it again. Remember, it has to remember what the image was, and then it has to convert it to be raining. And then you can say give it a mask of the image. So it has to remember that it was a raining image of a bull, and now it tries to create a mask of just the bull in the image. Eh, it worked before, but not working now. Anyway, you can also clear out the chat. And then this is the interesting part. So it has access to a certain number of tools, and just experimenting with the prompts, I've noticed that if it tries to use other tools, which it does have access to, but if they're not on a defined list of tools that it's been isolated to, it will give an error and say that it's trying to use an additional tool that was outside the context of tools it was able to be, be used. So in this example, this is just an example of there's a website and you can retrieve, and it gives you a random cat picture. So every time you run it, it gives you a cat picture, right? So what they've done here is basically create a class that's what's empty right now, but it's going to be converted into a cat image fetching tool. So it's going to, use the base class of the transformer tool. So now you have this tool that you've created. Well, that's fine, and you can run the tool itself. So every time you run the tool, it gets a cat picture, right? Random cat picture. Now you can register that with an actual large language model. In this case, they register it with their own StarCoder HuggingFace model. So just run that. It's registered with the model now. And now you can ask the agent to do a thing it was not possible to do before, which is go retrieve a cat image and caption it. So instead of using the other image generation that it used, it now uses the new tool you just registered called Cat Fetcher. So you can run it, you can see that it gives you different captions of the image it's creating. A kitten laying on a blanket, a cat wearing a black and white outfit, etc. But this is an example of you create your own tools. Anyway, I thought this was pretty interesting, thought I'd share it.